Hello and welcome to Wheels Up! I'm Athena and I'll be your host today. I'm so excited to take you on an amazing journey brought to you by the Sunrise Association, Sunrise Studios, and our friends at American Airlines. While we're on our adventure, see if you can spot Wings, our special airplane friend, in 3 different places. After our adventure, please join us for some super fun games and crafts. Are you ready? Fasten your seatbelts and let's go on an adventure! Here to kick us off is a special representative from American Airlines.
Welcome passengers, I'm American Airlines Flight Attendant Giselle Allen. Welcome aboard our very special flight today with service from Sunrise Association and American Airlines. Are you ready for a fantastic adventure? Buckle up, sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
Welcome back, Wheels Up Adventurers! Are you ready to get wild? I hope so, because today's episode will take us deep into rugged desert. We'll trudge through muddy swamps and discover dense jungles while we meet some of the most astounding animals on our planet. They're the coolest cold-blooded critters around. That's right, this week we're going globe-trotting with Remarkable Reptiles. Reptiles can be giant or tiny, fearsome or adorable, alien and odd. Some reptiles are venomous. That means poisonous. Some reptiles have horns, some glide through the sky or run across water, or even grow funky hairstyles of algae. We'll never have time to see them all, so we better get started fast. Buckle up, because it's time for our American Airlines flight to Tucson, Arizona. Oh, but I forgot to mention, to kick off today's adventure, we're not only going to Tucson, we're also going back in time. Why would we do that? Well, fun fact number 1, reptiles have been on our planet for over 300 million years. So, to really understand the story of our scaly friends, we'll have to start at the beginning, when their mighty ancestors ruled the earth. You might never know it looking at the Arizona desert today, but much of this land was once a sea. The sea was brimming with life. Oysters and ammonites, and prehistoric turtles. But here's a spooky fun fact number 2. There were monsters lurking below the surface of the ancient seas. Swimming swiftly through these long-lost waters, 3 gigantic reptiles once hunted here. Meet the mosasaurs, gigantic sea lizards with huge appetites. Yikes! And they weren't the only mega-reptile in these waters. Plesiosaurs, with snaking serpentine necks and torpedo-shaped bodies, also hunted here, competing for food with our 3rd ancient reptile, the mighty pliosaurs. Their heads like giant crocodiles and bodies as big as a whale. Would you take a swim in this prehistoric sea? That's gonna be a no thanks for me. All these massive monsters might look like they're from a really scary movie, but they're the real-world ancestors to some of the same snakes, lizards, and crocodilians we see today. In fact, many of their descendants still scurry and slither across the Arizona sands. What? I had no idea. With the ancient seas all dried up and rocky deserts stretching in all directions, Arizona has become a hotbed for heat-loving reptiles. It's the perfect place to peep some of America's most iconic species, including the long-nosed leopard lizard, chunky chuckwallis, iguanas, whiptails, skinks, and more. But the most popular lizard in this southwestern landscape is a local favorite known as the horned toad. Fun fact number 3, people may call these critters horned toads, but these armored anteaters are actually lizards. They look like tiny dragons with their thorny spikes, but there's nothing to be afraid of. Using camouflage to blend into their surroundings, horned toads avoid the eyes of most predators. But if they're spotted, these lizards can either flatten like a pancake or gulp in lots of air, like puffing up your cheeks or inflating a balloon, to make themselves look big and extra pointy. The horned toad's funky appearance and funny behaviors have won the hearts of reptile enthusiasts far and wide. They're so popular, they've been named the state reptile of Texas, made into a sports mascot, and they're currently the focus of a major conservation effort to make sure these peculiar pocket dragons can be found in our deserts for many years to come. Not only is the Southwest a lizard lover's dream, it's also home to one of the desert's most infamous residents, the rattlesnake. At least a dozen species of rattlesnakes live here. When threatened, the venomous serpents raise their bony rattle high in the air, shaking it to make a loud buzzing sound, which means back off. But while a rattlesnake's tail might be its most famous feature, these sneaky snakes also have another special talent. I'll let you in on their secret with fun fact number 4. This little dent on the snake's head lets us know that they're pit vipers. What's so special about having a pit on your face? Well, the pit is actually a special organ that lets vipers sense body heat, meaning these little rattlers can spot warm objects, like, say, a tasty mouse, even in the black of night.
Wow, that's amazing!
And rattlesnakes are just one of the spectacular snakes who share our planet. Some snakes look like vines and live in high trees. Some snakes love water and live in our rivers and seas. There are even some Scandinavian snakes who survive winters way up north in the Arctic Circle. Brr! Let's stay warm though, with a quick trip down to some steamy swamps where we'll meet some of the planet's biggest and most powerful reptiles. Can you guess who it is? Time to catch our next American Airlines flight across the globe to Nepal. Their haunting calls can be heard from miles away. Their eyes glow eerily in the night. It's time to get out of the water because, boop, we're talking about crocodilians. Now you've probably heard of alligators and crocodiles, but crocodilians also include caimans, and my personal favorite, gharials. With long, narrow snouts full of sharp, interlocking teeth, the gharial can be quite a frightening sight. Here's fun fact number 5. These unusual crocodilians regularly shed their teeth and replace them as they grow older. Believe it or not, a single crocodilian like this gharial can go through over 8,000 teeth in its lifetime. The tooth fairy is going to need a vacation after all that work. Not only are a crocodilian's teeth strong, sharp, and numerous, but these predators also pack the most powerful bite force on the planet. A Nile crocodile can snap its jaws more than 30 times stronger than your bite or mine. That's a bigger bite than a bear, a jaguar, or even a great white shark.
Huh, unbelievable.
But while they may look scary, the truth is that humans are very rarely on the menu. In fact, crocodilians today face much more danger from humans than we do from them. So let's all spare some kindness for our planet's incredible crocodilians. We may not want to give them a kiss, but we sure are lucky they're here. Leaping lizards! It's almost time to wrap up our episode. But before we go, I have one remaining reptile I just have to show you. Let's catch our American Airlines flight to Madagascar. Where did I put them? Oh gosh, they're so hard to find because these chameleons are masters of disguise. Do you remember Rapunzel's friend, Pascal? It wasn't magic making him change colors. Chameleons really do this in the wild. With long, sticky tongues and eyes that can move in 2 different directions at once, chameleons are one of the most unique creatures on the planet. And these lizards are so talented with their camouflage that we're still discovering new species today, like this absolutely adorable nano chameleon. These compact chameleons are the smallest reptile on the planet. So small, they could sit on the tip of your pinky finger. And we only found them for the first time 3 years ago.
That's so cool.
When it comes to reptiles, there's still so much to learn, and there are still new species out there just waiting to be discovered. Could you be the person to find them? I sure think so. But for right now, it's time to wave farewell to the snakes and crocs and catch our American Airlines flight back to games, arts, and crafts. Thanks for another incredible adventure, Wheels Up Explorers. I'll see you again soon, and until then, stay wild.
Wow, that was an incredible adventure. We discovered so much. Did you spot Wings the airplane? Great job. I think it's time for another game now. Come on.
Creature camouflage. Many reptiles are masters of disguise and rely on camouflage to disappear in plain sight. Do you think you can spot the reptile hiding in each image?
Great job. That was so much fun. Time to hop on our flight to the Sunrise Treehouse for some arts and crafts. Are you ready? Let's go.
Hi guys, my name's Danny. I'm so excited to do arts and crafts with you today. On today's episode, we saw a bunch of cool reptiles from around the world. So we're gonna be making a camouflage chameleon and a crawling crocodile. Let's get started.
Here are the supplies you'll need. Project 1, Camouflage Chameleon. White paper, watercolor, paint, crayons, markers or color pencils, scissors, and pencils. Project 2, Crawling Crocodile. Construction paper, markers, scissors, tape or glue, optional googly eyes.
The first craft we're gonna be making is a camouflage chameleon. So we're gonna start off with 2 pieces of white construction paper. One's gonna be for the chameleon and one's gonna be for the background. So I am going to start by tracing out our chameleon. Now I'm gonna use a marker so you can see, but I would use pencil so your chameleon could blend in better with your painting. So I'm just gonna start by drawing the outside of our chameleon, and this doesn't have to be perfect. However you think your chameleon should look works great. I'm gonna just draw a big hunch for the back. and draw his tail that swirls all the way in. Did you know chameleons use their tails to help them climb? I think that's a really cool fun fact. So you can forget the feet for now. You're just going to draw straight across for the body and out like a triangle for the head with a little spike on top. So this is my chameleon's body. Next, we're going to draw on the feet, which just look like two Ys, so they can grab things with them. And last but not least, we're going to draw on the eye. Now you can use a googly eye if you have one. This is going to help you be able to recognize your chameleon when it's up against that background. So I'm going to take my brown marker and just draw on a big eyeball. There's my chameleon. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my chameleon out. This is because he's going to go onto the background of our second piece of paper. So just remember to ask an adult if you need help with the cutting. Now the inside of the tail is a very tricky part to cut out, but something that helps me is to lightly fold it from the outside and just cut a slit. This will help you because it starts a hole in the front where you can cut from. Now my chameleon is all cut out. Now that I'm done with that, I can start painting. I'm going to use watercolors today, but you can use anything you want. You can even draw this on. So the most important part of all of this is that your chameleon and your paper, you use the same exact colors because that will help him blend in. You see how it's white right now and he's just blending in? It's because everything's the same color. So I'm going to start with my watercolors. I think I'm going to make it sort of a rainbow theme today. So I'm going to start with a red. And we're just going to paint a few places on the chameleon. And the best part about this is it doesn't have to be perfect. You can paint wherever you want. And I'm kind of messy, so I like that. Now I'm going to go in with orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and keep repeating this until my entire chameleon is filled in. Now my chameleon is fully painted, so I'm going to set him to the side to dry while I paint my background. Now remember, I'm using all the same colors, so I'm gonna fill up the entire page with big splotches of red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and pink. So I'm gonna get started. So there is my completed camouflage chameleon. And just remember that you can take any colors, designs, patterns you want and be super creative with this and make a bunch of cool chameleons. The second project I'm going to be making is a crawling crocodile. So for this project, you're going to be needing 2 pieces of construction paper, 1 green and 1 white. So we're going to start off by taking our green construction paper, and the short way, we are going to fold it in half, but not completely. We're just going to leave it so there's a little loop at the bottom and there's no creases. And remember, if you need it, ask an adult for help. You are going to slowly cut slits from the folded part up to about an inch before where the opening is. And you're going to continue about 3/4 of the way down the paper. Okay, now that I'm 3/4 of the way down my paper, I'm gonna cut the end off and save that because we're gonna be using it later for his head and his tail. We are going to take the paper that we just cut, so it should look something like this. And that one piece, I'm just gonna quickly tape it right now so it stays together. Perfect. Now that that's back together, I'm gonna take my crocodile. Okay. Gonna roll this back up. And tape the outside down, and you're also gonna tape the inside so everything stays together. Now, when you feel like your crocodile is gonna hold together well, we're gonna start off on the facial features and on the tail. So I think that's good for my crocodile. So when we're cutting out our crocodile's head, we are gonna cut a big oval out of our leftover green paper. The reason we're cutting our crocodile's mouth into an oval is because a crocodile has a C-shaped mouth, where an alligator has an A-shaped mouth or a V-shaped mouth, and that's how you can tell them apart. So we have the crocodile's head. We're gonna fold it in half so it kind of opens up like a mouth, just like this. So now that we have our mouth cut out, we're also gonna cut out a tail. So we're just gonna make it like a big triangle. And you could make it a little squiggly if you want. So this is what my crocodile tail looks like. So I'm gonna go ahead and tape that onto the back of my crocodile. I'm gonna leave the mouth for it now because we have to add the teeth. So there's my crocodile's tail sticking out of the back. Now we're going to make the teeth. And this is a difficult part, so if you need to ask an adult for help, that's totally okay. So we're gonna cut really small triangles out of the paper. But you kind of want them to look like a house. That way you can glue them to the bottom of the mouth. I'm gonna lay this down right here so you can look. So I'm gonna cut out 7 more pieces just like that. And they can be different sizes, but they pretty much have this shape. Now that I have my crocodile's 8 teeth cut out, I am going to glue them onto the top of the mouth and the bottom of the mouth, right around the perimeter of it. So I'm going to put 4 glue dots on the top and the bottom. We're going to take our pieces of paper add them to the bottom and the top and fold them up so they're kind of sticking up. And this can be a little tricky, so don't hesitate to ask an adult for help. Now I'm going to do the other side. So now I'm going to draw on the face of the alligator. So I'm going to do 2 little dots for his nose. And I have googly eyes, and if you don't have googly eyes, that's okay. You can draw them on, but I'm going to glue these on right now. Now that his entire face is put together, I'm just going to tape that onto the body of the crocodile. So I'm just going to put some glue right underneath his head. So when we stick it in, now that my crocodile's finished, I'm not going to move him because he's a little wet, but here's one that I made earlier, and he's so cool because look how you can make him slither and crawl around, and you can make a bunch of friends to join him, so it's really fun. I hope you enjoyed making this camouflage chameleon and crawling crocodile today. See you next time. Bye!
Wow, we had so much fun crafting with you today. And now we're coming in for a landing at our final destination, our amazing trivia game, where you will have more fun with trivia questions about our adventure today. I'm gonna ask you 5 questions. Each question will have 4 answers, but only 1 is correct. Can you get the right answer? Let's play. Welcome to trivia.
Question 1. How long have reptiles lived on our planet? Is it A, 300 years, B, 300,000 years, C, over 300 million years, or D, forever? The answer is C, over 300 million years. Question 2. The horned toad is a type of A, frog, B, snake, C, lizard, or D, trumpet? The answer is C, lizard. Did you get it right? Question 3. The pit on a pit viper allows them to A, taste colors, B, detect heat, C, breathe underwater, or D, survive winter? The answer is B, detect heat. Question 4. Which animals have the most powerful bite? Is it A, great white sharks, B, rattlesnakes, C, hungry hippos, or D, Nile crocodiles? The answer is D, Nile crocodiles. Question 5. The world's smallest reptile is A, the nano chameleon, B, the micro alligator, C, the mini tortoise, or D, the itty bitty iguana? The answer is A, the nano chameleon.
Thanks for playing trivia with me. See you next time. Bye. Thanks for watching this episode of Wheels Up. I had so much fun with you today on our adventure, crafting, and playing our games. Did you know that there are so many more Wheels Up adventures waiting for you to enjoy? Just head to our YouTube channel or download the Sunrise Studios app, available on your mobile phone, tablet, or smart TV. We can't wait to see you at our next flight with Wheels Up. Brought to you by Sunrise Association, Sunrise Studios, and American Airlines. See you next time. Bye!